Hey guys, I saw in my notes app something I wrote and it just inspired me to make this video. I just want to get into how to see the world in a way that I promise will make you succeed in life. This is the mindset I have, and anytime I fall out of it, I try to go back to, because it's really the goated mindset. I'm gonna just talk about the key points of it and tell you how to embody it. When you're so in tune with the ideal version of yourself, really identify with that version of yourself, and you strive to be that version of yourself. You want to have the things that reinforce what you're striving to be. You should totally go for opportunities and try things out. But I think as you try things out, knowing how to assess how you feel about it and whether it's the right choice for you. I don't think you should be 100% loyal to anything in life, really. I don't think you should be 100% loyal to your job or 100% loyal to like a situation in order to grow as a person and live life to the maximum. There are times where like you were once loyal to this concept, you were once in love with this concept, you were once into it, but now you aren't. And honoring that feeling will help you learn how to move on in life. I noticed this. Some people, they have some kind of attachment to a situation or a person or an idea or the past. They can't like let go of these things, even for their own sake, for their own benefit. I personally don't believe in having attachments like that. I'm just like, everything is going to change. Like, nothing is forever. Everything is literally temporary. So I'm not going to be attaching to XYZ when I know that there's a reason why XYZ got to go and ABC coming in. All of this is just having so much faith that if you're not already living your best life, if you can't like even see something good right now, at least knowing that your best life is on its way. So it's like you will never attach to something because you know whatever comes next is going to be better. That's it. Always, 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 always. Because we're winners. So that is such a key like point to that mindset, and I really think it adds to being able to be patient and trust in timing, because you're not focused on what's next, what's coming. You're existing in the present moment. Because guys, honestly, one of the biggest ways to repel manifesting things is being so desperate to see it already. Like, the whole thing with manifesting is you know it's coming. You trust that it's yours already. If you place an order, like a package, are you going to be checking your phone every day? I mean, maybe some people will. But really though, if you're busy, let's say if you're working 7 days a week, you're going to be checking your phone to see when your delivery is coming, when your package is coming. Like, you know it's going to come, bro, right? So that's how you should treat everything you want in life. That's how you do not attach to specific things. You just know whatever version of what you want that is going to come to you is going to be what's meant for you. You don't have to fight for it, like in a way that now you're out here disrespecting yourself and hurting others. Like, no, there's a peaceful way to get your shiz, bro. There's a peaceful way to get your stuff. Oof. I'm eating right now. I'm spitting notes. I hope you guys are taking notes. I'm just kidding. I hated when my teachers would tell me that. Take notes. Girl, take your face out of my view right now. Just divine timing, dude. While it's on its way, enjoy life. To have peace of mind. When that's your goal in life, bro, life is so easy, I swear. You're never stressing over a result or an outcome, a specific way something has to go. That's hashtag being a control freak, by the way. Anytime you catch yourself being a control freak, call yourself out. I've been having to do that. I don't have to control how this goes. I just control my reaction to it and what I want to do next. You know what I mean? Know what you can control, because that will save you a lot of stress. Stress is a killer. It'll save you a lot of time and energy, and you can use the energy instead of stressing to have fun, because that's what life is. And whatever you are, you attract, by the way. So if you're already living in a peaceful state, girl, you're bringing more of that in. People who are stressed are always stressed, bro. Because that's all they bring into their life. That's all they're seeing. That's all their perception is limited to. But choose peace, guys. I promise you're going to get everything you want anyway. Make it easier for yourselves. Find a way to be grounded. Go on walks, listen to music. Do things you actually enjoy. Spend time with people you actually like. Do things that fulfill you, that pour into your cup. Oh my gosh. And then I wrote another quote. Impatience is only disbelief in disguise. It's true. Impatience is affirming you don't believe something is coming to you. That's it. If you really believe something is coming to you, you would be patient. There'd be no function for the stress. The function for the stress when you're anticipating something is, will it come? Like, I have to have it to feel secure. No. You're fine with or without it being there. It's coming, but you're fine. You are the foundation for yourself. Everything we experience is just our brains. Everything is just our perception. And the more I think about that, because that's like obvious, right? Okay, yeah, no, duh. I am me, so I experience life through me. I personally sometimes forget how deep this goes because it really is everything. It's how you even converse with people, the relationships. People will blame people. Like, I honestly stopped blaming people for how I feel. Like, of course, accountability is still a thing. It's more so the way that you even hear a conversation, the way that you hear how someone speaks to you is based on a bias that already exists in your brain. The problem with that is that people can be emotionally manipulated and get super attached to what people say or to how someone feels about them, which, by the way, how someone feels about you is just their own preferences. Has nothing to do with you as a person. So don't worry about what they think, honey. People take things personally in conversation when really it's about recognizing why it bothers you. Why are you being triggered by it? This was happening to me so much at one point. I felt like everything was bothering me that people were saying. I was journaling about it because I don't want it to keep bothering me. I did not think I cared about this stuff. I didn't think I got triggered by this. And I was embarrassed about a lot of the stuff that I was like bothered by, especially when it came to like relationships. It was like already hard for me to acknowledge it, to acknowledge how I felt about it. That's people's biggest downfall, is when they don't acknowledge the fact that they're bothered by something. Someone says something to them that offends them, you're like, stop saying that. Blaming and projecting, getting mad at the other person without ever understanding why it's actually bothering them. And sometimes, yeah, you have the right to be mad at someone. Okay, it's fair. But remember, you're mad because of your own bias. Just remember that. It doesn't mean that you're invalid for how you feel. Obviously, you're valid for how you feel. Because, girl, it's not your fault your brain feels that way. Sometimes it's just a matter of circumstance and how you were raised, you know, what influences you brought into your life and what media you're consuming that forms how you think and how you function in life. So when you get triggered, it's your chance to now reshape how you think. It's a chance for you to just have like a quote-unquote glow up. Like, you can literally choose your character. You can choose how you want to think. You can choose how you want to exist. These triggering moments are the ways to get there, though, to actually have a solid mindset instead of faking it all the time, instead of pretending to be someone, a kind of person, and wearing this mask. Now you're being forced to actually take accountability, look inward, figure that out, talk to yourself, get to know yourself. It's okay. It's okay that I felt this way. It's okay that I used to think this way. It's okay, because no one is perfect. We all have things we need to work on for ourselves, though, right? Like, not like, oh, you're not good enough. Like, no. Everyone's good enough. It's about being enough for yourself, though. It's really just about wanting better, because better is good. Guys, better is beautiful. Living a good life is freaking fire. And if you can get there, you need to. That's the mindset, bruh. Having this kind of mindset will get you to actually enjoy life and in the way that you want to. That is a package deal. And just having belief in that for yourself, you know, that's why you go through these obstacles, and people are gonna be like, oh, maybe give up on this idea, or like, you're gonna feel like, oh, am I delusional for how I think? You know, why is life testing me? It's testing you because it's getting you there. That's why. If you are not meant to get to the high level that you're imagining for yourself, why would you go through obstacles? You think getting to a high level means no obstacles? Bro, it's the opposite. You gotta get through the levels to get to the final boss. And it's fun. By seeing it as how we were talking about it, by seeing it as a learning experience, as an experience to get to know yourself and being grateful for that. I know it can be hard to like change your mind from seeing obstacles as like tiring and bad to suddenly now fruitful. But I honestly believe it's just about taking note of every obstacle you go through, every time you go through a challenge, to tell yourself or write down what you learned from it. Let yourself see what you're actually gaining. Sometimes we don't even give our life enough of a pause to even give it a second thought, to give our obstacles a second thought. But when you think about everything in your life and what you actually benefited from, I promise you can probably find one thing at least. You can definitely find one thing. Life is like, I was gonna say tragically beautiful because some things are very tragic. Life is just it's such a unique thing to be experiencing. So I feel like I'm like really getting like, wow, life. But I really do feel that way right now. So I wrote this down. When someone admires you, it is a reflection of you knowing your own worth. I honestly do notice that. I feel like in periods where I really feel like my best self, I'm being admired so much. Periods where I'm like depressed and like lonely and I just feel like not enough and bad. It's like the most isolated times. When you're isolated like that, you're shutting off so much in life. So much. No matter what you go through, you have to keep an open mind. That's another big key. Always. You cannot let your experiences make your viewpoint narrow, because not every experience, not every individual, not every opportunity, not every single event that approaches your life is going to be the exact same. The one thing you know you can control is your perspective and your mindset, right? So once again, if you believe that things can be really good for you, keep that in your mind no matter what happens. If I personally shut off opportunities because of a bad experience, or because of a belief I had about myself, or a belief I had because of things that have happened to me or whatever, if I just shut off every opportunity that resembled that or brought up that feeling within me, then I probably would not have learned as much as I did, honestly, even the last couple of months. Like, I really recommend just knowing how to logically analyze the benefit of something. Logically evaluating a situation also means knowing how to actually evaluate the possible cons to something. And by that, I mean not letting your emotions exaggerate the real possible harm in a situation. Like, for example, if you are worried about getting emotionally hurt in a situation or wasting your time, but you still feel called towards this pathway, choice, or action, one of the worst things is thinking about the what ifs after not doing it. One of the biggest misconceptions and illusions we have as humans is how scary something actually is. Because when you think about it, something is only scary when it has power over you, right? When it can do something to you. But if you can assess whether whatever you're stepping into will actually have power over you, can it actually have power over you? Looking at that perspective and then thinking, okay, where in this situation can I actually bring power back to me? If it's something where it's genuinely abusive, of course we're not going to step into that. But when it's something where you're just worried about being hurt, or you're worried about being uncomfortable, I honestly go for those, at least recently in my life. And I feel like the reason why you intuitively feel called to go for something that maybe is not the best decision, at least according to your thinking patterns in the moment, you're actually able to face the fear head on and grow by it. You can identify what is so scary about this. How can I grow past this fear? Who can I become after I've overcome this fear? And I honestly found this in my life, especially in relationships, just like being so scared of being hurt or wasting my time, but then realizing that you only get one life. There is nothing that can really hurt me more than I could hurt myself. And I feel like this applies to everyone. Things only hurt you because you believe that they hurt you. And I know it's like, what are you talking about? Of course, I'm talking about the mental warfare. I'm not talking about anything else aside from that. I'm talking about that feeling after going through something and feeling dreadful and not being able to eat for months or whatever it is. The fear of that depression after something happening, or the fear of that loneliness after something happening. At least for me, that has been a big fear that has kept me from approaching a lot of opportunities in life, because I was so scared of getting this thing and then being left with nothing in the end. And I realized that that's not life, because you're never left with nothing. You always have yourself. And this is why this entire video is honestly really reinforcing this connection you have to have with yourself, because you're not ever alone. You just feel lonely, right? You just feel like you can't connect, you can't express or exist freely. That's where that loneliness comes from. You're devoiding yourself of your true inner voice. Pinpoint what is actually making us feel uncomfortable, and is this something worth having power over us? Because imagine the version of yourself you can be without this fear. Literally every single time I felt uncomfortable these past couple of months, I've told myself I have to do it. If I have a certain bias over how something can go, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna prove myself wrong. I'm gonna believe in an alternate outcome. I'm gonna believe in a better outcome. I'm gonna have faith in this being good in the end. And even if heartbreak is included, even if there's some kind of wound that gets stabbed further or something, I know I'm gonna come back so much stronger, and I'm going to live a better life than I was before this happened. Because every single time, at least for me, when I go through something crazy, guys, the glow up after is, I want that glow up, so I will be going after things that will hurt me. And not in the way of like I'm a masochist and I like the hurt. I don't like the hurt. But it's what happens after that. It's the growth that comes from it. It's the learning that comes from it. It's the art that comes from it. It's the beauty in this way of life where when you don't have any fears, when you're not worried about how something can go, when you are just open with the world and you remain happy and pleased and satisfied, you would be surprised. I honestly think it opens up the most beautiful way to live life because it's so intuitive. The more closed off we are, the more we devoid ourselves of the beauty in life, of the actual fruitfulness of life, the things that make it juicy, that make it good, that make it a story, you know, that you can tell your freaking grandkids if you ever have those, or whatever, some random kid at the park if you like to feed pigeons when you're an old person, because I might be doing that. I really wanted to make that point and drive that point home because I just don't want any of us to be afraid anymore. I don't want us to be scared of where things can go when really all the good things are here for us. We just have to take action. We just have to trust that the discomfort is paving the way to our betterment, to our development and positive change. Like actually seeing every challenge, every rejection, every obstacle as an opportunity to grow and to level up. Being a problem solver, or just finding this weird enjoyment in challenges, you become a whole different conversation in life. I've seen a lot of beautiful people I love and have connected with, and I see so much in them. And you know, of course everyone has their own journey, but it's just so hard to see someone who has so much ability and so much capability but keeps on giving into their fears and doesn't ever really step out of their comfort zone. I want you to think about every single person that you've ever felt that about, friend or family member, and they just have so much potential and you see so much good in them, and you're always like, dang, like if only they just did that, if only they just stepped out, if only they just trusted themselves, if only they just tried. I honestly want you to take that feeling and turn it back on yourself, because you need to feed yourself that as well. You need to remind yourself that just as much as you believe in someone else, just as much as you see someone else grow and step out of their comfort zone and all this stuff, you can do it too, because you are not an exception. You are also like them. We're all human. We all have a past. We all have fears, but we can all accomplish them. So I honestly want you, every single time you think of somebody, oh wow, you admire somebody, anytime that you encourage someone, celebrate someone, I want you to bring it back to yourself too. Holding that space for yourself is gonna be great. I'm gonna do it too. And honestly, it does help, because you really do have to motivate yourself, guys. Remind yourself that there is a win. There is a win to this and that. Hey guys, I just realized I never said goodbye. How rude. Thank you guys so much for watching, genuinely. I love all of y'all, okay? Go out into the world and freaking own it. Make the streets yours. You hear me? All right, I love y'all. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.